Robert Atkins. When I first heard that $400 billion figure, I asked some questions and found out. Number one, it did not include any power substations for electricity to actually make these cars run. There was no bus barn, and the wages were not calculated on Davis-Bacon criteria, which would allow for federal funding. When are you going to make available hard data so someone can actually review these kind of issues?
Turn it over to staff. There are sites identified in the alternative analysis environmental section for traction power stations. Will they be the actual sites? That very much depends on our ability to talk with the property owners. But we have identified the need for 4 or 5 traction power stations. They're identified and the costs are included in the cost estimate. The cost estimate was done under the federal rules and regulations and includes labor rates that would meet the Davis-Bacon requirements. Again, this study was done meeting all federal requirements, and it was done and accepted by the Federal Transit Administration when it was approved by them and it went out to the public. And I don't know that I can say any more. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
My name is Lisa Flynn. I have lived in Arlington since 1963. I have owned a house in Columbia Forest since 1992. I'm sorry, but I have to ask, how is it not an ethics violation for a member of this board to be employed by a company that has financially benefited from this project?
I believe that was aimed at me. Let me be as specific as I can. I don't do much in the way of employment. I mostly work for you. And although this is nominally a part-time job, I have not done much in the way of outside work of any kind over the years. I do a little bit of consulting, and I try to do that in ways that won't in any way involve things that I do here. So I generally have done work outside this metropolitan area for people that have no occasion to be here or want anything here. Altogether, that still doesn't amount to very much, frankly. Most of what I do is not subject to disclosure or reporting under Virginia law because it is so little. Nonetheless, I choose to disclose everything because I am committed to complete transparency and because my commitment to the ethics of this job is something of great importance to me. So, although, in fact, I have not had any item come before me as a member of the county board that would raise a question where I have to recuse, I chose to disclose something before anything like that happened, when I didn't have to, even though nothing had come before, because I wanted people to know that it could happen. And so for one job I did with a company in Canada that's affiliated with a company that could have business that come before us, I chose not to wait, as I certainly legally could, and most people do, till something actually came in front of us to declare and recuse, as board members and state legislators have to do all the time, where we are part-time legislators. I chose to let people know ahead of time that that could happen. I think that's what you want your elected officials to do.